Hello everyone and welcome back to the 40-part tutorial of how to model a basketball court arena where we will continue creating this basketball hoop. So this time what I want to do is start building this thing here, those two holders, pipe holders or something. Um, I just hope that it will go fine this time because in my own test it was just a little bit hard to get the same result. Anyway, um, I have also problem with my mouse, and I waited like a few hours so I can create this in somewhat, uh, have some space here around without noises and stuff like that. So right now, the only thing that bothers me is the cat at the background. Um, well, let's start. The first thing I want to do is wait. I'll just tell her to shut up. Okay, now she's in silence. Okay, we need to go to the side view as you see it. It looks good that way. Now you want to go over create civic curve tool, but before that, sorry, you want to click on the snap to grid. Okay, so snap to grid, what it will do whenever we're gonna create now a civic curve, okay, it will be snapped into one. It will just end up when we will finish this like a one flat line without um, being spread in this 3D space. Okay, so I think this is the best way to describe what I want to say. Anyway, we have those two, this line here and this line here, and it should be start from the middle, but if this is the middle, just a little bit to the left here. Okay, not that much, but somewhere here. Now we will start basically from here. I just want to make sure that you know that it should be somewhere like if this is the middle here, something like so, then here to the left just a little bit, this is where it should be. So we're gonna go over the corner, up corner here, where this pipe should be attached to, and you want to click somewhere here in the middle. I mean, if this is, you see those two lines here, those two edges, and this, so you want to be in the middle there. This is the plate that it's connected to. So I'm gonna click once here inside the frame, okay, and then the next one will be here. So now you see, while it's snapping, basically what it does, it's snapping to the same line here. It won't move if you unless you click somewhere just here like so. Okay, so if you do something like so, just Control Z to undo, one step back. So you can always go one step backwards. Anyway, I'm gonna start count, like if I put this here, so I'll skip 3 units of the grid. Well, I'm looking at this zoom out, well, it's zoom out, but just to explain this, I will click here. And you can see, even if I will click here, it will snap here, okay? So it's safe just to click somewhere near to whatever you want it to be, okay? So I'm gonna zoom out and just do it from here. And don't worry, I'm following this 3 units space. And it's not like going to stay like that. I mean, I'm gonna draw a lot of points, and eventually I will end up by having only 20, so, or 24, I don't know, something like so, 25 maybe. So anyway, just do it something like that. Now you don't want to go that far with this line, okay? Eventually you want to start and bend this in this direction, okay? Now I'm just looking for the correct position to start bending this. So let's say that from here it's safe for me to start bending this. So what I will do, I will click here, okay? So you see, if this is the point, I'm gonna take this line like that with 3 units, and click, okay? And then 3 units and click, and you want to maintain this as 45 degrees, okay? So always at the same line, that way. Now the only thing that bothers me here right now is that it will take me time to pass through the arm, the main arm. So it's a lot of clicks. Sorry if it's just going to be boring, but it will take me some time to end this line. And as well, there is another something that I want to say, but we will get to it whenever we will meet the main arm with A, arm. I call it an arm, I don't know why. Like that. I'm trying to see if this is the middle. I mean, if this is the middle, then, well, mm, we shall see about that. We shall see. I may need to tweak things here. Don't worry, it's all good. 3, 3. I just want to make sure that I'm not making any weird maneuvers with this line. So this is why I keep and ticking only at 3. I mean every 3 units. So you see, I already pass half of my arm, and I want to continue in doing so. So I'm gonna zoom in here and continue on creating this line. And there is a good reason why I'm doing this. So if you're gonna do this, do the same. You will understand in about a minute why I was doing this that way. So I keep doing this just a little bit more. And let's say that here that's okay. Okay, I'll press enter. I could even use some more, I think. Maybe not. Now, I think that for some reason, I mean, I'm okay with that meeting here. I mean, this is basically where I needed to be to meet, but I need those here to be a little bit more up then, or maybe something like so. Let's say that this is okay. You will take a look on the reference picture and just decide if this look good for you. But for me, this is how it looks right now. Okay. Now the reason that I made it a little bit longer is because I want to first turn off the snap to grid feature, and I want to go over modify, center the pivot. I want to hold down the D key and the V key and snap this point with my middle mouse button, click, hold and drag to that point there. Now I'm gonna bring this over here out, and I just want to make sure that this is really where it should be. So what I will do here, I mean, I want to make sure that the pivot is where it should be. So I'm gonna press D and hold and V and middle mouse button, click, hold and drag over here. Now you can't really see the dots here, so what I will do, I will right click, choose control vertices, and you will be able to see the dots. Hold down the D and the V, and we have no, that's weird. Okay, let's just put this here, or try to put this here. Well, it's relying on other vertices, so this is why it's happening. DV, and I'm not able to move this, so I'm gonna move this here that way. D, bring this up a little bit, bring it here. I just want to make sure that the pivot is there. See, now with that in mind, you want to zoom in here And let's say that we need this to be here. I mean, the pipe is going to be wrapped on top of this curve line, and with the diameter of this pipe, this is where it's gonna sit. Okay, so this is the center of the pipe, of the hello pipe. Okay, so it sits something like here or there. There will be another piece of metal here, so this will be welded to it, or welded, or I think there are screws there. So we shall see. Now, the thing is that we need to rotate this. So I'm gonna rotate this holding down the J key, and I'm gonna have a look at this that way, hold down the J key, and rotate this in this direction. Now, if I wouldn't make it longer as I did earlier, it will probably end up here, okay, at this point. So I made it longer, so with this line, it will be, it will just end up here in where it should be, okay? Now, for some reason, I'm not like fully satisfied with that. I want to make sure that this is somewhat like I need it to be. I mean, I may, well, I'm gonna keep it that way. That's okay. I just think that it's a little bit, you see where it is? It's not the center already. So what I will do here, I will, I'm gonna undo the rotation for a second, and we can do something such as this. We're gonna right click, hold on the control, right click, choose control vertices, and we can bring like 4 vertices and hold on the V key. I mean, bring back the the move tool, hold on the V key, and snap them like to the same height. I mean, so this one, hold on the V, snap it to this. Bring this one, snap it to this. Bring this one, snap it to this. And then we can manually grab all of those and easy but safely bring them into position that way. So we extended this arm, and we can continue in doing so, like grab this one, hold on the V key, grabbing this one, hold on the V key, and that's all good. Trust me, as long that we do this the way that I'm showing you, then it's all good. Okay? Now that we extended this, what we will be able to do is to pull this a little bit back here. So I'm gonna take a look at the side view where this line went. Now the line has gone. Anyway, let's take a look at this that way. I'm gonna push this. You see, I'm pushing this a little bit there, just to make sure that this meet the center. Not this, okay, not this, but something like so. All right. I think we can do this even more. Right click, choose vertices, hold down the V, and this one, and then all of those, and bring them up a little bit. Press F8, and now we can, now it looks good. So I'm gonna rotate this. Now I need to make sure that this is really going the same way. I mean, you see, I already need it to be a little bit more longer. So that's okay, I'm cool with that. What I will do, I will bring it back that way. Right click, choose control vertices, and I'm gonna only move one vertex, this one, okay? Now I'm gonna switch to move tool, double click on it. You see the manipulator only goes either that way or that way, and we need to make sure that this is really where it is. I mean, I can't really go on any direction. You know what? let's do this that way. I'm gonna switch to side view. I'm clueless about why now I'm not seeing the grid and why I can't see also the other stuff, but yeah, that's okay. As long that I'm moving it only in this direction, it stays on the same line, I mean same aligned. I only need to tweak this and make sure that this line is same angle as this, as the rest. So something like that. Press F8. Now I will rotate this, and I want this to meet there. Well, can't let it do any other rotations, just in this axis. And you see, if it was like that, it's also not good. It's like, it's not the center. It's not the center. What am I doing? For God's sake. I'm gonna move it there. And like so. And I will simply rotate it back. One second, please. Okay, sorry. I don't know, things such as this happening, you know. We'll need to deal with it. I'm gonna switch. I can't even switch here. I'm like, what the hell is going on? Sorry for talking like that, but this is just weird. Okay, I need just a little bit more angle here, and then I will grab. Oh, I'm gonna need a little bit more angle here. I mean, more. And I'm gonna grab those and move them that way. Okay. Yeah, let's hope that this time it's okay. I'm gonna rotate this. Hold on the J key. I'm rotating it and snapping it as now it's like 45 degrees, but it shouldn't be that 45 degrees. I mean, it should be something like more of like that. Okay. And what we're gonna do now is it's like it's refusing to start from here. I don't know why. uh, it's just refusing to start from the middle. I'm gonna rotate it back. Okay. Control vertices. Well, it's refusing and it's refusing, but the real problem is that whenever I grab those, I'm not allowed to really move them more than that. I mean, only there is so much that I can move this. And press F8. Thank you very much. And J. I knew it ain't gonna be easy. And if it was too easy, then you will get complicated and tell me that it just doesn't work for you. So now you see me breaking my head here. Okay, I think that right now that's good. Okay, and what are we gonna do next is, you see, while I'm selecting this and the attribute editor is open, the curve shape showing me that the number of spans is 54. 54, it's a little bit too much. We need something like 20, okay? And therefore, what we will do in order to change this, you want to select it, hold on the spacebar, and left click edit curve and choose rebuild curve options, okay? You want to set the number of spans to 20, and that's all, and click, make sure this is 3 cubics, this one is 0 to 1, and click apply. When you will close this basically and control right click to control vertices, you will see that now instead of 54 we have only 20, okay? 20 vertices. Now you may want to fix those, okay? They are just a little bit weird, but you want to make sure that you are not really playing with that much. Okay, just like so. Press F8. Now I kept this, and there is a lot more going on there, but I'm all okay with that. We will have our opportunity to fix this. So what you want to do, you want to create a polygon cylinder. Now when you create a polygon cylinder, it will be on the grid. It's very small. We want to scale it up right away, okay, while it's still selected. And you want to bring this over here. You want to rotate this, so J, and rotate it, sorry, hold on the J, rotate it 90 degrees like so. Bring it just a little bit here so you can see both the curve and the cylinder. You want to change in the attribute editor. You want to open the attribute editor, click on this polygon cylinder tab, and change the 20 subdivision axis to 6. With that done, you want to change the subdivision caps to 1. The subdivision caps is removing this. We already done this at the first part tutorial of the tribune, but if you I divided the whole tutorial into 3 playlists that each one of them is focused on other thing in this tutorial, in this whole series. So anyway, if you are watching this only from the basketball hoop goal or basketball goal to playlist, so you better you probably don't know what I'm doing. So anyway, change it to the subdivision caps to 0, and this the edges that been on this face and the other one has been removed. So what you want to do is right click, choose face, grab all those faces and delete them, so you will remain only with one. Press F8 once or twice, modify center pivot, and now you want to right click on the curve while it's selected. You want to right click on the curve while this is selected, and you can see here on the curve we have almost all the dots are the same, but here where we start to draw this curve, we have one that is like empty square and one it's like a U letter. We want this face to be attached to the U letter. Okay, so how we're gonna do this is very simple. First need to select this, right click on the curve, and then hold down the D key to switch to pivot modification tool and adjustment tool, pivot adjustment tool, I think, and hold on the V and snap middle mouse click, hold and drag and point to this point. Okay. Oh, sorry, we don't want to change the pivot for it. We only want to drag it over there. So don't press D, press V and middle mouse click, hold and drag and point to the CU. So now it's exactly on the center of our the curve is exactly on the center of this face. So you want to change to scale tool and scale this down just like so, and you want to estimate like what will be the diameter or like the thickness of this pipe. Okay, so let's say that fit us. Okay, this is okay, something like so. You want to press F8 to make sure that once or twice and make sure that both of them are not in edit mode. And now while select this and shift select this, you want to go over edit mesh, Now, again, we have vertex extrude. Okay, you see the title here, extrude, edge extrude, and we need face extrude. So we want to set the face extrude subdivision here to 20, same as the number of spans that we have on our curve, right? So we have 20. We just rebuilt this curve and assigned 20 spans to it. So now we want to extrude this face 20 times along this path. So you want to click apply, okay? And this is what will happen. Now, I'm gonna press 3 at first, just to see how it looks. And it doesn't look good, it's too thick. So Control Z to undo that. And I'm gonna scale this down a little bit more. And then redo this, okay? Click apply. Okay, so right now if I'll press 3, this will be the actual thickness of this, and I'm good with that, okay? Close this, press F8, grab this, and what you want to do, after you grab this without the curve selected, you want to go over Edit, Delete by Type, History. So now, if you move this thing, it's not controlling this mesh shape that we created here. If you wouldn't delete the history from the mesh, you will be able to still modify the mesh using this. I mean, if you would take a vertex here and change it, so it will react the mesh will react according to this curve. So this is why we deleted history this time, and it's very important to do so. So we've done this, and now while it's almost where I want it to be, but it's not. But anyway, we will continue because this is just too much time already. Um, Now you can basically choose like grabbing, let's see, we can hold on the shift, right click, insert edge loop, and switch to 1. I mean 1 which is exit smooth preview, and you want to add 1 edge loop here, okay, just in case. Press F and yeah, press F8 to bring it back to object mode. We're gonna grab this and isolate it. So you see this is where I added the edge. So everything from here over there I can delete and press F8 and unisolate this. Now I'm gonna grab this, Control D to duplicate this, and I'm gonna relocate this thing over here exactly where the other one is. Like if this is here in the middle, it will be somewhat there in the middle. Okay, I have problem I think with the battery here, so I'm gonna rotate it like that and move it like so, trying to match this, something like that. Let's press 3 and 3. This way I will be able to see much better the thickness and everything. Okay, now with that done, like so, I'm gonna right click on this one, choose face. I'm gonna delete all the faces that here. Okay, so you can't really see them, but if I will apply the X-ray, you will see this. So I'm deleting those. Now, every time when you right click on something, I mean, I chose this, right click on the background, choose faces. So no matter what I will choose with my left mouse click button, I will be able to delete it, okay? Only that, nothing else beside that. So press F8, let's turn off the X-ray. And now you want to go and create a polygon plane. So now it's very tiny on the grid. The first thing to do is change to scale tool and bring it up. Scale it up and bring it up. With that up and where we can see it, I want you to change to this polygon plane tab using the attribute editor, of course, while it's selected. You want to change this to 1, 2, let's set it to 1. And let's set this to 1 as well. Now, you want to grab this and move it there to the center. So the pivot will be where those two meets. And place it somewhere there. And you want to scale this down. Just like so. Okay. Now, at this point, if I will take a look from that way, if I will scale this, you can see it really start and meet the same thickness of the arm, okay? The width here. So I'm trying to match this a little bit. Don't do it that much. Just match this a little bit. Bring this to the same level here. Now every time that you want to select this or edit this, just right click on the background and choose whatever you want to edit from it. Now what I will do, I will pull it just a little bit backwards, right click on the background, choose edge, grab this edge, and I want to extrude this edge. So edit mesh. Well, we can extrude using the edge extrude, why not? I never did it before. So I'm gonna extrude this edge like so, and I'm gonna bring this that way. Okay. Now I can already see that it's not there, but I'm just trying to somewhat align it. Now if you have the side view, that's cool, and you can just align it with the same angle. You can also use see like those cubes here. Let's do it that way. I will press F8 and bring this to a position where I meet this, and you see I'm just aligning it with this line, grid line, and now I want to make sure that it's 45 degrees, so I'm grabbing this vertex and aligning it to a 45 degrees, hopefully. And for some reason it's just a little bit offsetted, so it's not 45 degrees, but we will align it with the pipe. So yeah, that's good. That was funny as well. So I'm gonna move it just a little bit there, and you can see it's already touching our pipes here, right? And that's cool because I can see that it's really where it should be. I'm gonna move this here. Sorry, it should be on top of the arm. So that's aligned, and we can come to the perspective view, right click in the background, choose vertices, grab those two vertices, and with the scale tool to expand that way. Okay, now what this tells me is that I need to rotate those a little bit more. So I'll switch to rotation tool, and I'm gonna just give a little bit more twist here to that. Okay, and I'm gonna do the same over there, just a little bit more twist, so I can see the pipe entering to the zone where this thing here. Now I'm aligning it like with those lines now, so that's cool. Press F8, grab this. Sorry, press F8. I have no idea why I've done so. Bring it backwards, and now I can right click, choose vertices, and well, I could have bring it just a little bit that way, those just a little bit that way, and let's not be that fanatic about this. I'm gonna expand this just a little bit. Press F8 and I'm gonna isolate this part for a second. Okay, now there is this tool in the mesh tools, and you can find it in earlier versions of Maya 2014 or 13. It should be there, append to polygon tool. So you click on append to polygon tool, and if you click on any of those edges, okay, I will click this one. This is what will happen. It will show you where are your next options, where to click. So I want to connect this edge to this edge. I will click this edge now and enter to um, make it permanent. Okay, and now I will press G in order to activate this append to polygon again, because we already used it. So this will be G that's activated again. Click this and then click this and enter. Now that we've done this, I'm gonna press choose selection tool, shift right click, insert edge loop. We're gonna add one edge loop exactly somewhere here. Okay, see? Now I want you to go over mesh tools, choose multi-cut tool, cut this exactly while you are aligning this with this. Okay, so it's somewhat aligned, and that's okay. Now and press enter, of course, or right click, and now we will do the same here. You can use the side view, I guess it will be precise that way, and right click. Okay, after you've done this, switch to selection tool, press F8 to bring it back to object mode, click extrude immediately, and switch to let's see, well, I'm extruding with 100 with 20 faces, so I need to reset my extrusion. So edit reset, because we already used the extrude face on the pipes. I need to reset this and extrude this now, and switch to scale tool and open this, or do the opposite that way. Okay, so you see what happened? We are just giving it a little bit of thickness, not something that thick, just a little bit. Shift right click, wait, select it, shift right click, insert edge loop. We're gonna add one more edge loop here. Okay, I want both of them to be very thin, and we want to add, and we don't want to add any more edges. We just want to right click, choose face, grab this face, delete it. We want to grab this face and this face, go over mesh or edit mesh, bridge options, make sure that this is linear path, divisions 1 or 0, click apply, and this is what will happen. It will connect them that way. Okay, now with this information, I hope that you are a little bit more wiser and smarter. We're going to shift right click, insert edge loop. I'm going to try and add maybe one edge loop here, and don't need it. I really don't need those. All I want to tell you about this is that we have triangles here. So if you want to fix this and work with this shape later on, as long that you like, I don't know, maybe you want to still investigate it. Just add two edges, one here and one here. These will add two vertices basically from each triangle side. Okay, and now you can add as many edge loops that you like, because those edges are like making it possible. Okay, see, now I can add just edges that way, and that's all good because these are not triangles anymore. Okay, anyway, let's leave it as it is. It should be sharp. I don't want to smooth preview it or anything, so I don't mind to keep it that way, and it's also less poly count if you think of that. You can also double click on this middle edge, shift right click, delete edge. Okay, press F8, bring it back to object mode. Let's unisolate this to have a look. Okay, so this is what we have by now. Now you either wanna shrink it or something. I mean, you can see that there is a problem here where there is a little bit too much space from this piece of metal to the pipe. So this is mainly because I was rotating them earlier. So you want to maybe bring it just a little bit back, but be careful, okay? And Yeah, that's good. As long as they are not picking from here, that's good. Let's see. Let's grab this and we shall rotate this just a little bit. That way. This is just a little bit too much. So I'm gonna bring them back as they were, as they've been, and well, trying to think, maybe I will just bring them a little bit to the left. There are so many options here. Ah, this one is just a little bit too much. Oh, this one is good. We have no problem here. We only have problem with this one. And this is mainly because of rotation, so please rotate. And now move. Yeah, that's cool. So, let's stay satisfied with that. Either way, it ain't going nowhere. It still looks like it should look like, and I don't want to mess around with that too much. So, thank you for watching. Let's save this file. I think that this is just a little bit too much for me for this part, and hopefully you find this part of the tutorial. No, 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 I don't want to replace it. There is another file that I was testing and I don't want to touch it. 39. Okay, save. Alright, so anyway, thank you for watching. Hope it helps you, and we'll meet you at the next part. Again, please don't forget to like the videos if they are helping you. Please, the only greater help that you can bring to me and to this channel is by clicking the like button and leave some nice comment. If it's rude, then I will have to you know, delete it anyway. So see you soon at the next part. Bye bye.